They don't get it. They just do not understand. They're not hearing you. You guys know I watch every Pelicans game during the regular season. Antonio Daniels, he's the color commentator for all local Pelicans broadcast. And I'm not being biased when I say this. Antonio Daniels, he is the best broadcaster in the NBA. It's really a disservice to the league that he's only on local games. At some point during every game, Antonio Daniels, he will throw out the acronym KYP, Know Your Personnel. Oftentimes, he says it after a Pelicans defender makes a mistake relating to the fact that they don't know the tendencies of their opponent. But you can adjust this acronym and make it related to business. KYA, Know Your Audience. There is no such thing as inclusion in business. No matter what the wanker spankers lead you to believe, nothing is for everyone. Take this channel, for example. I know my audience. I know what you guys like. I know what you expect from me. If I came on here today and said, I have an exciting announcement. I have been baptized and born again. I am participating in Woke Bath Wednesday. I encourage you to do the same. Going forward, I will proudly wear this cucumber on my forehead and identify as a Cabbage Patch Kid. If I came on here and said that, which would be a complete reversal of my personal beliefs, this channel would be dead in 24 hours. 90% of my audience over the age of 35. YouTube, they don't have analytics for this, but I would guess 98% of this audience consists of normal people. The other 2% are covert shitfucks who use my content in a failed attempt to prove me wrong. But this same concept, it's true for any business. If you're running a business, one of the most important factors is knowing your consumer. Bud Light failed to realize this. As a result, they have potentially lost 25% of their business permanently. Another organization who I thought had finally come to this realization, hell, it was just last week that the NHL made the decision to ban gay pride jerseys from pregame warmups. I thought the NHL was heading in the right direction. I thought NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman looked at ratings for the playoffs and Stanley Cup Finals regular season ratings, realized that he was not giving his audience what they wanted, what they expected. But it is becoming abundantly clear. The NHL has decided to target a new audience, an inclusive audience. Ooh, hockey is for everyone. According to their own demographics, hockey is not for everyone. Hockey is appealing to white males over the age of 35. In terms of casual fans, almost 80% of the NHL's audience over the age of 35. Now, this is important to remember because we grew up during normal times. We didn't grow up in the era of diversity, equity, and inclusion. The NHL is sending a clear message to 80% of its fan base. Fuck you. If you prefer naked women over looking at naked Nate, you are intolerant. Yesterday, the NHL made an exciting announcement. They saw all the positivity from normal people when they banned rainbow jerseys during pregame warmups. I guess they figured that one virtue signal was enough. I guess they figured with that small gesture to normal people, they could get away with the shitfuckery. More importantly, I think the NHL saw the backlash in the woke media. They saw the complaints from lonely men pretending to be women on social media. How am I supposed to massage my cucumber if I can't see my favorite hockey player prancing on the ice wearing his sexy rainbow jersey? Short answer is, you're not. The NHL is not the woke illustrated swimsuit issue. It's not a Lizzo concert where you attend with the expectation that you're going to see plenty of sexy roles. It's not a WNBA game where you expect to see dong and thongs provocatively bending over to pick up trash. Unlike the WNBA, the NHL is a professional league. Or at least, it's supposed to be a professional league. Yesterday, the NHL rededicated their lives to Woke United Methodist. They revitalized the false notion that hockey is for everyone. Headline at NHL.com. NHL launches Player Inclusion Coalition. What the hell does that even mean? Is this another one of those fake attempts to balance the player demographics in the NHL? I believe it was last summer that the NHL launched a similar initiative. We recognize that our league is filled with the evil white man. We want the Deacons to know that we are committed to ending this mythical racism and intolerance. At the time, I was wondering why the NBA wasn't being pressured by the media to launch the same program. The NBA, the NHL, they have something in common. Both leagues are heavily imbalanced when it comes to player demographics. But according to scholars at WokeU, the NHL is the only league that is plagued by the disease of mythical racism. Well, KC, there are very few white players in the NBA. How come they're not dealing with the same media pressure? Diversity is not a two-way street. The standards of diversity, they only apply when an organization is lacking melanin. The inclusion initiative the NHL launched yesterday, it's a bit different than the program they launched last year. You see, mythical racism, that is no longer the primary focus of Woke United Methodist. Mythical racism has taken a seat towards the back of the church. It's been replaced by a far more important cause, the cause that is near and dear to those rainbow hearts. The NHL wants to be more inclusive to the LGBT community. KC, how dare you forget the plus plus? I'm sorry, my bad. I know birthing persons who choose to identify as math equations can be very sensitive, but don't worry. If you identify as a trigonometry problem, the NHL wants you to know hockey is for you. I was rather confused when I saw this announcement yesterday. My first thought was, how can the NHL be any more inclusive to the LGBTers? This league's already bent over backwards to appeal to those people searching for the pot of cucumbers at the end of the rainbow. Throughout the winter, there were Pride Night celebrations every week in the NHL. Hell, this league became more known for their pride than they did for professional hockey. It seems to me, the NHL doesn't have an inclusion problem, they have a ratings problem. You would think that's the problem they would be addressing this offseason, but no! According to the NHL, their league is plagued by ignorance. Ignorance? Yes, we have far too many players who are refusing to comply. We have far too many players refusing to taste the rainbow. This problem must be addressed stiffly and immediately. The NHL, they formed a 20 birthing person coalition that was given one goal and one goal only. And no, their goal was not to put the puck in the net. The goal of this coalition is to gently force current players to endorse the pride. The league brought out all the heavy hitters to be a part of this coalition. Legendary wanker spankers like Anson Carter. Who in the hell's Anson Carter? He is a former NHL player who is a current analyst on TNT. Recently, he became a star in the woke media because he accused veteran NHL writer Michael Russo of mythical racism. Now, as you guys know, the fastest way to stardom from former athletes working in the media is to accuse a melanin lacker of mythical racism. PK Subban, also one of the leaders in this coalition. A couple of months ago, I actually came to the defense of PK Subban. His pretend friends in the media were accusing him of being fat-phobic because he made an innocent joke about the Lizzo. PK Subban is currently working for ESPN, the worldwide leader in woke. They cannot be giving woke welfare to someone who's fat-phobic, so in order to atone for his sins, PK Subban was asked to perform an act of contrition. After this announcement was made, the NHL threw a big party in Nashville. It was a typical shit-fuck celebration. Climate-friendly grills roasting the grilled woke wiener. The butt bongo band was playing all the classic woke hits. You know the songs. Hit My Bongo One More Time. The number one hit from the Whoopee Cushion, Flatulence in the Wind. Unfortunately, PK Subban unable to make the party yesterday. Perhaps he had no interest in attending. Who could blame him? But in fulfilling his contractual obligations to ESPN and ensuring his woke welfare extended through another season, PK Subban got on Twitter to fake his excitement for this latest NHL initiative. Watch it for yourself.
Congratulations to the NHL Player Inclusion Coalition, all the people that have sacrificed and donated their time and given their time to help the league and the growth of the game. So very excited about that. Me personally, to be co-chair with Anson Carter, the work has already started. So today doesn't mark the start of the work. Today is the announcement publicly, but the work has already started. A lot of things in motion. So we're very excited about the future. I know personally I am, to give my input and to help the game reach its highest potential. And that's to reach a place where everybody feels welcome. So we're continuing to move things in the right direction. Very excited about today.
Let me ask you something. This dude just mentioned how this inclusion initiative would help the growth of the NHL. Now keep in mind, the promotion of pride is one of the primary reasons the NHL is regressing instead of progressing. Someone please explain to me how alienating the vast majority of your fan base to include a minuscule segment of the population, most of which don't watch the NHL. Someone please explain to me how that is going to grow the league. How many tickets is that going to sell? The NHL is joining a media-created war that simply does not exist. There is no war against the LGBT community. Most people do not have an issue with identifiers. If you want to identify as Garfield, be my guest. I'm not buying your litter box, but you have every right to purr and dig your claws into your couch. When this movement was started, when the movement consisted of actual people fighting for their own personal rights, we were told to stay out of their bedroom. Normal people complied. Now that the movement has been infiltrated, normal people are told that they're ignorant, they're intolerant for not supporting bedroom activities being made public. Now, I'm not as familiar with the NHL as I am with the NFL or the NBA. I don't know too much about NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman, so this is pure speculation on my part. I think Gary Bettman knows that promoting pride is bad for business. That's why he banned pride-themed jerseys during pregame warmups. He tried to disguise it by banning all themed jerseys, claiming they were a distraction, but let's be real here. There was only one jersey that was a distraction. Obviously, this did not work. The woke media, they did what they do best. They turned this into a case of exclusion. I think Gary Bettman folded to media pressure and made this announcement yesterday. This inclusion program in the NHL, it's been around for 2 or 3 years now. When they announced it yesterday, the media, they were pretending this thing was brand new. All the NHL did was shift the focus from mythical racism to the LGBT. It is absolutely mind-boggling from a business perspective. The NHL was finally returning to prominence. They were finally returning to the mainstream. Last year, regular season and playoff ratings, highest they've been in years. This past season, the mainstream media focused on the lack of pride in the NHL instead of the league standing with its players. Instead of Gary Bettman resisting the pressure from the woke media, he folds to the pressure. How did that work out for Adam Silver in the NBA? How'd that work out for Bud Light? How'd that work out for Target? The NBA, they could afford to take the ratings hit. NBA Finals ratings, they're not what they were 4 years ago, but ABC is fine with 12 million viewers for the finals. The NHL, they don't have millions of viewers to lose. They averaged 373,000 during the regular season. That is a 22% decline from last year. And I expect their ratings to decline going into next season. This strategy does not work. I don't care what Mark Cuban says. Woke politics is bad for business. Hell, all politics are bad for business. This has nothing to do with the LGBT. If the NHL were promoting Republican politics, I would feel the same way. Politics have no place in business, or especially sports. But give me your thoughts. The NHL, once again, betrays their core audience, rededicates their life to woke United Methodist. Will this decision incite growth in the NHL, or will the league see a further regression, a further ratings decline? You let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.